Hi, my name is Bill, and you are on the Travel Beat with Angela and Bill, your source for all things travel. Today we're going to talk about Virgin Voyages. We sailed on Virgin Voyages a couple of months ago, and to say it is a different ship would be the understatement of the century. We will be breaking down what we liked about the ship, what we didn't care for about the ship, who Virgin Voyages is for, who it is not for, and kind of give you our ideas of whether we think it's right for you. Now, as you can see right off the bat, they have a very, very different way of doing the safety video that is on all cruise ships. Virgin definitely does things differently, as you can see from this. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and hopefully you'll gain a better understanding of Virgin Voyages and whether it's something you should consider. Virgin Voyages is a brand new cruise line which launched late in 2021. Let's start off with explaining some of the major differences with Virgin Voyages. First of all, it is adults only. There are no children under 18 allowed on board. That is by design. It's an adult-only ship. There are no drink packages. You buy all of your alcohol a la carte, which wasn't bad. The pricing was pretty reasonable. The beer was about $8 each, I believe. So that wasn't bad. Also, soda and things like iced tea and lemonade, what they call basic bevies, are included complimentary, as is internet. And I'll explain the internet a little bit later. First impressions are it was a different cruise ship than I have ever been on. It is very beautiful. Everything is done very nicely on the ship itself. The staff is very friendly, very informal. Much more informal than I've seen on any other cruise ship. It's not unusual when there's nothing going on for the staff to be kind of just sitting around or sit down next to you and just start talking. Very friendly, very engaged, very much enjoying what they do. As you can see, Lick Me Till I Scream, there's a lot of adult-related humor, double entendre humor. The ice cream here was complimentary as well, which was nice, and Angela really enjoyed that. There are far less scheduled activities on board than there would be on traditional cruise ships that you're probably used to. They opened up this big chest that had all kinds of board games. There was a shuffleboard table. As you can see from Angela, they have a game room, which is a lot of fun. The game room was also complimentary. They had some real old school games, which was great. There wasn't a lot of trivia and things like that going on during the day. No shopping shows. They also don't have a traditional cruise director. The activity staff kind of acts as a cruise director du jour. So it's much more informal than any other cruise line, like I said. There's also air hockey tables, foosball, a couple of lounges. There's a champagne bar. Very, very nice. We did find that the lack of activities, and particularly multiple activities going on at a time, was a little bit disappointing. We are used to having a little more choices as to shows and things like that. There were a couple of shows, I'll talk about them later. But again, a lot of the activities were self-directed. You kind of do your thing, like you see Angela here playing her video game. Virgin Voyages was designed primarily with 30-somethings in mind, but honestly, on our sailing, the people were definitely mid to late 50s and early 60s. The entertainment, as you can see, is kind of out there, quite honestly. They were very talented, but it was just kind of odd.
Tina works the diner all day, working for her man.
It really wasn't our cup of tea, but a lot of people seem to enjoy it. And again, Virgin Voyages, if you go on it, you will want to go on it with an open mind. I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that we really, really liked about it towards the end of the video. But again, here you see it's just kind of this room ends up, there's stages all over the place and entertainers just pop up from everywhere. They also have what they call a red party, where they put a giant inflatable octopus on the pool deck and everything's kind of decorated in red. There was another show called Never Sleep Alone. They do not allow cameras to film it, so we don't have any footage of it. But it's kind of a different take on the love and marriage game, or it's almost like Dr. Ruth meets the newlywed game. They bring up couples up to the front. You can volunteer for it or just sit in the back. We obviously just sat in the back. And they do all kinds of very, very odd, sexually suggestive things, eating bananas certain ways and watermelons. And I'll leave that to your imagination, and will not spoil the surprise for those that are going. Here we see there was another show at the end, which was kind of supposed to be a take on Romeo and Juliet, but it was with acrobatics. It just was, the acrobatics was amazing. The story was a little bit out there for our liking. Now let's talk about the rooms. The rooms were functional and different. There is a video on this channel that I did of a room tour, so you can see that. It's not included here. I'm also going to be doing a video on Bimini Beach Club, which is their private island. I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this and you find it useful. Also hit that like button for us. Now they have a buffet, which is not a buffet, and one of the staff members will explain that to you here.
No, okay, so I'll check it. So we have the stalls of the food. You can choose your seat. We're gonna order your food, and you're gonna deliver in your table.
Oh, perfect.
Easy.
Thank you.
The only stall that you are free to go and check wherever you want is Vivo bread and sweet side is after the burger. Because there you're gonna see different kind of stuff like yogurt, parfait, some pastries. Okay. So you can grab whatever you want. But for the food, we have the menu. You can choose.
So essentially we have a buffet that's not a buffet. Basically you go around to various stations and place your order with them, and they will have waiters bring, or waitresses bring, the food to you at a table. Let's talk about the rest of the food. They do not have a main dining room. They only have a la carte restaurants, including Pink Agave, which is Mexican, Extra Virgin, which is their Italian, Gumbay, which is a Korean barbecue. They have a test kitchen, and they have several other restaurants. The food was simply amazing. It was so good that we ate in the Italian steakhouse Extra Virgin twice, and the steak was as good as we've had anywhere. The food is absolutely, absolutely amazing. Can't say enough good things about it. The service, like the food, was also very good in the restaurants. That was definitely the highlight of the 5 days for us, was the food, which sometimes on cruise ships can be a little disappointing or a little mediocre, but here it was definitely not. They also have a vegetarian option. While some of the menus may seem a little foodie, it really wasn't. There was something on every menu that we really enjoyed. The Mexican we ate in twice as well. It was so good. Okay, one area that they could have improved upon is the pool and the pool deck. The pools for the size of the ship are very small. This here is kind of like a large whirlpool. It's not a hot tub. It doesn't heat up, but there are jets there. And there's also another pool in the midship that was very small and very deep. Again, not exactly what we would have preferred. There are hot tubs around as well, and as you can see, everywhere there's stuff to do. Some of the things are, you know, a huge foosball table, which would be a lot of fun, and the giant chess pieces, as you can see, that sometimes people use. But there was also exercise equipment. It's definitely geared towards towards fitness. The gym is huge. There's several different gyms, kind of like a Muscle Beach type of vibe to it. Angela also put it pretty well, and she said that it looked like Virgin Voyages was trying to allow people to recapture their childhood. As you can see, there's seesaws, there are boxing rings, there's medicine bags, there's hammocks on the balconies of the room. Also, they have a tattoo studio on board, they have a barber, makeup shops, there is a jazz club. They had somebody playing every night there, which was nice, that was enjoyable. But again, there wasn't a whole lot of choices in the music. Before we give you our final verdict, again, we'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel and definitely like this video. It really helps us out and we appreciate it. In closing, I guess what we'd like to say is that Virgin Voyages is definitely not for everybody. It is a different cruise line. If you are an open-minded adult, looking for something very different in a cruise experience than you've had before, particularly if you don't mind entertaining yourself, it may be for you. If food is one of your top priorities, it's definitely an option to consider. But if you're looking for the traditional cruise experience, Virgin Voyages is probably not for you. I should also note that they do not have a casino on board, which may be a deal breaker for some people. We enjoyed the cruise, we enjoyed the food, we enjoyed being able to relax. The internet was absolutely flawless. Angela and I were both able to work flawlessly throughout the trip, and it was actually kind of neat eating in the buffet, or working in the buffet, and having them bring us breakfast and lunch, which we enjoyed. The staff was amazing. They were very, very friendly. Again, probably not something that we would do again unless we were looking for specific ports, and it was at a really reduced price. Beautiful ship, beautiful people, a really nice experience, but probably not something for us and something for a very narrow, specific group of people. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.